Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. This is Christian Arce with National Private Lending. And today we're going through our multifamily investment program. Many of you have asked me for more information about these programs, so we decided to do a quick overview so you can better understand what we are looking for when we are underwriting a deal. Okay, so let's get right to it. Let's get right to it. So now with a quick overview, our multifamily multi-unit loan product is part of our short-term programs. So this particular program, you can utilize it for acquisitions of multifamily buildings of 10 units or more with no limit on how many units. Okay. On a quick note, just so you know, is that we also have a different product that is for multi-units for less than 10 units. So anything from, single family homes up to 10, 20 units, we have a different program too that you can take advantage of. So if you have one, just feel free to reach out to us for a quick quote. Okay. Now, the program that we're talking about today is for buildings that are either stabilized already or in need of renovation or rehab, right? So those are my personal favorites, the ones that need the value add type of deals, right? Uh, the risk-based underwriting for these transactions will determine also the interest rate and the equity contribution on a case-by-case basis. So for this reason, the best way to figure out terms or what the deal will look like, I will highly recommend to reach out to us for a quick quote. The loan terms for these type of programs are anywhere from 12 to 24 months. It's an interest only type of loans. You can utilize it for purchase, refinance, cash out, or value add and rehab, like we mentioned before. The rehab financing will be for either cosmetic or value add type of rehab. So obviously like full gut renovations, and will cover up to 100% of your hard cost on your renovation. Okay. Unfortunately, we're not able to do new constructions or structural renovations, meaning I would say instead of structural renovation, we'll say structural additions to it, right? The loan amounts for these type of transactions will be anywhere from 1 million to $10 million. Anything below 1 million, we do have another program like I mentioned before. Minimum credit scores for the grantors will be about 650, even though this program is not based on your credit or the grantor's credit, but we do require a minimum score of 650. Okay. So properties that are eligible for these programs are 10 units or more, multifamily buildings, and mixed use. With a minimum of $35,000 value per door, as is. Okay. Acceptable properties for these type of programs are the class A, B, and C. Class D's we do as well, but will be considered on a case-by-case basis. The maximum loan to cost for these type of programs are 80% of the current value or the current cost. Okay. Maximum LTV would go up to 70% of the stabilized value. The deal structure is, as always, first mortgage on either single family, on single property, or a multiple property, multi-unit properties, right? So no subordinate debt is allowed on this program. The minimum DSCR for these programs is 1.25, and an interest reserve may be required in certain situations. We do have a couple of different options in there where you can go with no interest reserve, 6 months interest reserves, or 12 months interest reserves. Those usually, improve your terms if you're able to do it. Obviously, is not an obligation unless underwriting comes out with that and requires that. But otherwise, it's not required on the program. The experience that we're looking at for you, the investor, is a minimum of 3 multifamily projects completed, whether they were purchased as turnkey transactions or was something that you purchased and renovated. Um, and one we just would like to see one of those 3 projects at least completed in the last 36 months. So um, it's pretty easy experience wise. The interest rate, um, like I mentioned before, is determined by the risk space underwriting together with the terms. So for the best way to find out what the interest could be for your particular transaction, just simply reach out to us and we'll give you a quick quote. Okay, we'll ask you some questions about your transaction, and we'll give you some terms on how it will look like um, from our perspective. Okay, there are prepayment penalties for early exit on these type of transactions of 1% in the first 12 months and 0.5% on the second year. But these fees could be waived if we provide with a permanent financing during that time, right? So if we can find, let's say, if you finish your renovation earlier on your deal and you like to just jump into a 30-year loan or a long-term loan for that particular property, then by being able to provide that loan or that term that is ready to go for you, then we can ask for the company to waive those fees. Okay, we go into escrow for taxes, insurance, interest, and interest reserves if that applies. Okay, markets are for primary, secondary, and tertiary. Um, we also have on the line of products, on the same line of short-term products. So this is just so you know, is that we also provide short-term loans for fix and flips, bridge loans, construction loans, and multifamily loans, the ones that we're talking about today. In the loan side of it, we also do long-term loans for up to 30 years for rental loans and rental portfolios. So that will help you, let's say, once you finish the renovation on your multifamily deals, we can turn it into a long-term loan after that. Okay, without going through any places. Okay, so what's the next step? Just simply complete a quick form for a quote, and we can get started today. So just simply go to our website, nationalprivatelending.com/forward Christian Arce, and that's going to be my page where you will just simply require a schedule. I'm sorry, you will schedule an appointment to talk to us, and then we'll go through some questions and ask you for some more information about your property, so that way we can get you an accurate quote. All right, so that's it pretty much for today. So here's my information if you'd like to get in touch with me directly. So my phone number is 847-220-7247, or you can reach me directly at christian@nationalprivatelending.com. All right, thank you very much, and I'll see you next time.